Hi everyone! So, I have suggested to compare Noir de Noir and Club de Nuit Intense for Women to a couple of wonderful reviewers out there on YouTube, and I'm very thankful that you did it. I really enjoyed watching your comparison, and thank you. Thank you, Pep, for doing it. And now I'm a bit late with my comparison, but yeah, it took me 8 weeks to compare them because I wanted to do it really thoroughly, because it's Tom Ford and it's one of the favorite perfume houses of many of you, or even the favorite perfume house, and so I wanted to test them in different weather conditions here in here in North Germany and in different situations. And yes, I have made, like I wrote some of you, I have made an idiot out of me at the gym, testing them both and smelling my wrists all the time, running on this cross trainer machine for an hour, and showing it to my friend, like, here, test it, smell it, how does it smell now? Every 10 minutes. And yes, I don't know what the people there think of me now, because it was the third time that I did this at the gym. Because it's very important for me how fragrances perform at the gym, because I do sports every day and I wear perfume every day and I wear it to work and I respray at work sometimes, and when I go to the gym afterwards I want my perfume to smell good and not stink at the gym when I do sports and when I sweat. So yeah, my comparison. I have both here. I have this full bottle of Club de Nuit Intense and I have a new sample of Noir de Noir. Okay, let me now tell you how I feel when I smell them both side by side. Noir de Noir, for me, is a very aromatic hot chocolate in a very expensive cafe somewhere in the city center of Vienna. And Club de Nuit Intense is a cocoa from a coffee beverage vending machine somewhere in a roadhouse at a highway in Italy. And having the cocoa at a roadhouse is not a bad thing, because when you don't know how the hot chocolate in a very expensive cafe in Vienna tastes like, you are happy with the cocoa, like I was. So it's not a bad thing. And now to the notes and a bit deeper comparison. The first thing which is different is the opening, because Club de Nuit Intense opens with a blast of alcohol and you first have to get through this to reach the smell. And I don't like this very much, obviously. And Noir de Noir starts deep and aromatic, and you don't need to wait until you get the wonderful smell. And the second thing I feel like is different is the rose. The rose in Noir de Noir is, for me, a better quality. In Club de Nuit Intense, it's a very good rose. It's a high quality rose. I wouldn't say that it's a bad rose. It's a high quality, very good rose. It's not synthetic, maybe only a little tiny bit that I smell something synthetic. But in Tom Ford, it's a rose which is like it's been just plucked and distilled in India, in the city. How is it called? I always forget the name. Kanawi? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I write it here under the video. So for me, the rose in Noir de Noir is much deeper, more even higher quality than the good quality rose in Club de Nuit Intense. And I have a very sensitive nose, so and I smelled many roses in my life, so I feel like I like the rose in Noir de Noir more. And the most important note which is missing in Club de Nuit and which makes this Noir de Noir scent so expensive and special is the truffle. The tuber melanosporum, the black truffle, the Perigord truffle, which is so special in dishes, in food, and so expensive, and so wonderful in Noir de Noir. And the other thing is that Club de Nuit Intense is a spicy, fresh spicy rose. And the spices in Noir de Noir are missing. There are no spices. It's a more deep, earthy rose. So I feel like it's two different perfumes because of the spiciness of the one and the earthiness of the other one. And another thing is, it's what is missing in Club de Nuit Intense is the saffron. And I don't know if you had some dishes with saffron, and if you know what saffron does to food, to a dish. It makes a simple potato with carrots so special and aromatic. And I feel like in Tom Ford, it's the saffron which makes it so deep and so aromatic, and which makes all the notes become so special and so deep and so wonderful that you can't get enough of it, that you want to smell your wrist all the time. And you don't have this in Club de Nuit Intense. It's the saffron missing. And I really love the smell of saffron, and I really enjoy it in Noir de Noir. So I kind of miss it in Club de Nuit Intense, but I get spices instead. In Club de Nuit I get some pepper, I get caraway, I get nutmeg, which I like very much, and which make this scent also interesting and pleasant and good. But it's different. You can't compare caraway, nutmeg and pepper to saffron. It makes a totally different dish. Like potatoes with carrots are different with saffron than with pepper, caraway and nutmeg. So it's different. And to go back to the rose, I forgot something. The rose in Tom Ford has a soul, and you can explore this soul of the rose, and you can look deep down into this soul. And Club de Nuit Intense is just a wonderful, good rose. Like, without this special soul. And I've tested both also on different parts of my body. And I can tell you, don't wear Noir de Noir in your hair, like here, because I've put it there on my hair and it got greasy, because these two juices are different. Noir de Noir is oily. You can see the oil, you can see it shiny on your skin when you spray it on, and it stays like this. You still have, even after a while, you have this oily something on your skin. And it's not the case with Club de Nuit Intense. Club de Nuit Intense is very watery, it has no color, and Tom Ford has color. Can you see it? And now to the performance at the gym, because it's so important for me. I can tell you, don't wear Noir de Noir to the gym. It develops in the gym when I sweat it develops kind of an unpleasant undertone, an unpleasant note. I don't know what it is exactly. I can't identify this note, which appears after a while on sweaty skin with Noir de Noir, but it's there and it's not pleasant. And my friend told me this, and I could smell this, and I would never wear Noir de Noir to the gym again. And with Club de Nuit Intense, it's really nice. It develops nicely on sweaty skin. It changes to something really pretty, really nice. So at the gym, for me, Club de Nuit Intense is a winner, a total winner. And because of this, it's more versatile. Because I've tested both in different weather conditions too, when it was warmer in Germany here 2 months ago, and now that it's cold. And you can wear Club de Nuit Intense in warmer weather and in cooler weather. What you can't do with Noir de Noir. And I have talked to someone who works, whose job is to develop perfumes. And she told me that why perfumes smell differently in different weather conditions. It's because the perfume develops. It develops with the warmth of the skin and with the heat, warmth of your environment. So, in cooler weather, a perfume develops and stops developing at a certain point. But when you wear this perfume in warmer weather, it continues developing with the heat. It continues developing, and some perfumes continue developing to something not so pleasant when they don't stop developing because it's cooler and continue. And now to something very important, the compliment factor. Okay, in 1 month of wearing Noir de Noir, I got 4 compliments. And in the other month of wearing Club de Nuit Intense, I got 1 compliment. And this 1 compliment was because I got a hug from someone. And she could smell it. It was a workmate of mine. And she gave me a hug because I did something nice for her. And she could smell it then, giving me the hug. And I got a compliment. She said, "Oh, you smell so good." Because Club de Nuit Intense is becoming a skin scent and doesn't have much projection after a while. After 2 hours, it stops projecting at all and becomes a skin scent. And with Noir de Noir, it's different. It projects and projects and projects. And the longevity is great. I didn't shower for 36 hours to test how long this stays on your skin when you don't shower. And it was 36 hours. And I'm sure it would have stayed longer, but I had to shower because I started to stink. And I needed a shower. But the longevity of it is great, and the projection is great. So it's no wonder I got more compliments on Noir de Noir when people could smell it, because it projected for a long while. So that's another difference. You have the same. You have the same, but with different projection, and with Noir de Noir being a bit deeper and still showing this wonderful saffron. While in Club de Nuit Intense, the spices disappear in the end. And you are left with some amber, patchouli, vanilla, and oud. So, my final opinion on these both. They are very similar in the dry down. Very similar. And when you don't have a trained nose, buy Club de Nuit, because it definitely has this Noir de Noir vibe. And the difference is so tiny. But when you have a trained nose and you have the money, buy both. Because you will appreciate this wonderful, wonderful rose in Noir de Noir. This rose has a soul, which I miss in Club de Nuit. And you will also appreciate this wonderful earthiness, which isn't there in Club de Nuit. You will appreciate this earthiness, this truffle, and this truffle in combination with the saffron. And you will appreciate this truffle, this earthiness, slowly disappearing while it develops, until you are left only with the saffron, which gives all notes this something special. And when you love saffron, you will love the saffron in Noir de Noir. It stays until the end, and it's wonderful. And I really enjoy it. And as soon as I have the money for Noir de Noir, I'm gonna buy it, so that I have both. Because I love the truffle and the saffron and this beautiful, beautiful, most wonderful rose I have ever smelled. And I have smelled many roses. And I smell the difference. But an untrained nose won't smell the difference. And when you don't have the money, buy Club de Nuit. This is my honest, final opinion. Oh, and since I'm a teacher, I asked kids too. And kids actually like Club de Nuit more. I think it's because this truffle and saffron, it's simply too much for kids' noses. It's an unknown, strange smell for them. So they are more used to this more simple smell of Club de Nuit. 5 of 5 kids told me that they like Club de Nuit more. Bye!